Hello everyone, my name is Billy Sheehan, I'm your bass player, and I'm here at the Lokaos Rock Show. I'll see you again very soon. Obrigado. Alright.
E aí pessoal, meu nome é Júlia Bueno e a gente está hoje aqui numa noite histórica. Tô com o baixista mais incrível de todos os tempos, foi do Mr. Big, e a gente vai bater um papo muito incrível hoje. Eu vou deixar ele se apresentar, que acho que é essencial. Nice to meet you.
It's my pleasure.
You're amazing. I'm Júlia.
Nice to meet you, Julia.
I would like you to just say hello to everybody over there. Tell us your...
This is Lokaos, right?
Yeah, this is Lokaos.
Well, hello everyone. It's a pleasure to be back in Brazil. And what a wonderful opportunity I have here to get interviewed by Júlia. It's fantastic. All right.
So let's get to it because I know we have a short time. First time you played in Brazil was in Santos City.
Santos Beach.
1994
Yeah.
in a festival. Do you remember anything about that?
I remember everything about it.
That's amazing. Tell us a little bit.
Well, we got there. We didn't know if people in Brazil knew so much about us, but we found out that they were using one of our songs, To Be With You, I think, in the morning, in the daytime soap opera. So everybody did know us. We didn't know. So we went on stage and people went crazy. It was about 100,000 people. And at the end of the festival, the police got worried because there's so many people, and they just left. And they were gone. And we're ending the festival, and off the distance I could see the military showed up. The army came to actually get everybody off the beach again. The police didn't even want to do it, so they brought in the army. It was such a big crowd. But we had a riot. It was a great way to have our first experience in Brazil with just amazing amount of people, and they're so great to us. And so we've been coming back ever since then.
Oh my God, it's been 25 years. I'm amazed you remember so much about
It was before you were born.
It was in the same year I was born. That's incredible.
Maybe your mom and dad were at Santos Beach that
Most
day.
probably.
And maybe
My parents are great fans of Mr.
Oh, maybe they got inspired. Who knows? That'd be cool.
I'm not going to say I was conceived over there, but...
You never know.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the tragic passing of Torpey last year.
Yeah.
That made Mr. Big went into the hiatus.
Okay.
And we would really
We're
much like to know if you're coming back
Yes.
to a show
Okay.
to remember all the history of the band, or maybe recording a last album with other drummers who are friends with Torpey or not.
Well, we haven't made any decisions yet, but myself, Eric, and Paul were very good friends, and we really wanted to take a while to just stop Mr. Big because Pat was such an important part of the band. We did some shows with another drummer. One of them got Matt Starr. He's a great drummer and sang really good, but it's not the same. You know, it's just ain't the same. So we're going to just wait a little while and then maybe make some decisions later. But we haven't made any decisions yet on anything.
You're still grieving a little?
Well, not so much grieving, but we just want to kind of let life settle out a little bit. It's Pat was my best friend in music, and we were the closest. In Mr. Big, me and Pat were very, very close. So it was a big loss for me, and a big loss for the band, and a big loss for the fans, and of course his family as well. But we want to honor his legacy. If we do anything, we want to do something great. We don't know yet what that would be, but we want to make sure we honor his legacy with going out there and doing, if we do something, to have it be fabulous.
You're right, that's fair, that's amazing.
Cool.
Well, we would like to know, you have had the opportunity to see Jimi Hendrix play live.
My first show ever.
So we would very much like to know, how was that?
Mind blowing. Jimmy came out in Buffalo, New York, came out and started playing. And he did Fire. And he's standing on the base of his microphone stand while he's singing, you know. Let me stand next to your fire. And he's not moving around at all. And the whole place is like, Jimmy, how's he gonna, you know? And then he came to the guitar solo part, leaped off the stand, and played and the whole place. We all stood up, went crazy, and it was amazing. A life-changing event. It changed my life. I mean, that's why. I'm a player for a lot of reasons, but that really pushed me in a whole new direction. Just to see that there was no limitations, because I believe there aren't any. And Jimmy just went up there and was amazing. That started it for me in many ways.
That's very inspiring.
Yeah.
Thank you. Nowadays, your main partner for projects is Portnoy.
Yeah, Mike Portnoy.
And we would like to know if a little bit about when you met and the first time you heard him, you played with him, you heard him play, if it was in The Who honoring band or if it was before. Tell us a little bit about how you...
Well, I first worked with Mike. We did a Rush tribute record back in the 80s. But I didn't know, but before that, he used to come see me play in my band Talus, when he was still very young. And the very first Dream Theater rehearsal, there's a photo of the guitar player, the bass player, and Mike's wearing a Talus shirt for my old band, because they were all fans, I guess. He used to play one of our songs. And so it was nice to find that out, that he enjoyed my bands early on. He was kind of a fan. And Mike is a wonderful guy, amazing drummer. We just put out a live with the Plovdiv Philharmonic Orchestra in Bulgaria. Amazing packages, incredible book and photos and Blu-ray, DVD, the whole audio package. And Mike did all that. Plus he edited all the video. So he's quite a master at more than the drums. His drumming, of course, is great, and I love playing with him. He's enjoyable to work with, too. But we first did a Rush tribute record back in the 80s, and then the next thing we did together, we were on the same tour. We did a G3 tour. Mike was with his guitar player from Dream Theater. I was with Steve Vai. And then after that, we did the Who tribute. And that was a blast, because I was a big Who fan. And back in the old Talus days, we did a lot of Who songs. And that was really cool. So then Mike came to me and wanted to do a band, and we looked into Richie Kotzen, who was just a superstar. And he became the guitar player for the Winery Dogs. And I believe we're gonna start to write another record in the middle of next year, so we can tour the year after. And the Winery Dogs has been one of my favorite projects of my whole life. Then I also played with Mike, like I said, at Sons of Apollo. And that's a riot too. We just finished a brand new record with that. On top of the live one, we did a new studio one, so it's been a busy time.
You just answered two questions in one, because I was just about to ask you about the two projects, Sons of Apollo, and a little bit about Winery Dogs, because it has been a while since we haven't heard much about Winery Dogs, and we're all very interested and very excited to know.
Great.
Is there anything else you want to tell us about things to come?
Well, I might do like a solo bass and drum record with a dear friend of mine. His name is Ray Lugier. He plays with drums for Korn. He's a dear friend, and we both live in Nashville now. I moved from LA to Nashville. And a lot of other little projects and recording things and all kinds of crazy stuff.
That's incredible.
It's a busy time.
I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to see all the things.
Wonderful.
In the early days, Mr. Big was in that all 80s hair metal, colorful wearing style, and you're known in the Hall of Fame of hair metal bands.
Well, actually,
that bothers you a little, or not? It's okay.
Our hits were in the 90s.
Yeah, sure, but you wore the clothes and the hair and all the things. Does that bother you, or are you okay with it? It's history and...
Oh, I love it. I've got pictures of me from 1974 with 6-inch heels, 4-inch platforms. I was about 6'6" high. I could change a light bulb for you. And through the years, styles change, shoes change, hair changes. And right now I'm back in black. I'm all black. I'm the man in black. And that's that. But yeah, it was cool. It was a great time. And before that, on David Lee Roth, we were dressed even more ridiculous. So we had a great time. It's fun to look back at that stuff, and people laugh at it now. But everybody, as you get older, you look at what you wore when you were a kid, and you go, "Oh, what was I thinking?" It's funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talking a little bit about the rumors of Eddie Van Halen's health and about the breaking of Van Halen possibly, we would like to know if you plan on somehow bringing back
the David Lee Roth
classic formation with you, Steve Vai, Greg. Are you planning on something like that?
No, we're not planning. It's up to Dave if he wants to do it. I'm here, Steve's here, Greg's here. Our keyboard player Brett is ready to go, so if he wants to, we'll do it. I saw a post by Steve Lukather. I know he's a very good friend of Ed Van Halen. He says Ed's health is good, so I'd like to spread some positive good news about the guitar player that changed the world, Ed Van Halen. And I love everyone in Van Halen. And actually, I'm the only guy in the world that has played with every member of Van Halen.
Yeah, that's right.
I played with Ed and Al, jammed at their house. I played with Sammy Hagar, played with David Lee Roth, played with Gary Sharon, and I even played with Wolfie, but I didn't play music. He was a very little kid at the time. And I flew with his dad home from a benefit we did. And Wolfie was with his dad, but Ed wanted to sleep a little bit, so no. And so I got some paper and a pencil. We did
other kind of play.
We did word games and draw on animals and things like that. So I played with them too. Hopefully I get to play with them music someday, but that's the idea.
Last but not least,
okay.
3 best bass players of all times.
Oh man, that's gonna be a tough one. I'd say Jaco, Stanley, and James Jamerson, Motown. I would also say Paul McCartney too. He's the richest musician in the world.
It would make a lot of sense,
Sure
but
does.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he's a great bass player too.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'd have to make it 4 and put Paul McCartney in there.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
That's a deal.
Thank you so much.
My
It was
pleasure.
another.
Thank you very much.
Can I give you a hug?
Of course, thank you. Very sweet.
Thank you.
What a pleasure. Wonderful. Thank you, everyone.
Obrigada, pessoal.